12:09, and I'll go and start off with the roll call. Call this meeting to order at 12:09, sorry.
Alex Cantu, present.
Claudia Ochoa, present.
Armin Garza, present.
Francis Salinas, present.
And Oscar Salinas here. Dr. B, do declare quorum.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone, members of the audience. If you could please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next up, I'm going to have the approval of the minutes, and I'll need a motion for the October 23rd special call meeting.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Garza and a second by Mrs. Ochoa. Those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Up next, Doc, is the superintendent's report, and you have a long one today.
Yes, thank you. Under the superintendent's report, just to give an update on our enrollment as of November 7th, 14,070 elementary students and 14,552 secondary students for a total of 28,622 students. Questions on the enrollment report? If there are no questions, then I'm going to ask Mr. Garza and Mrs. Ochoa to please step forward and help us recognize the following students and staff. I'm going to call on Coach Alex Guajardo to help us recognize our first student to be recognized. How are you, sir? Hi. Congratulations, Joseph. I know his mom is here, so would you please stand and be recognized? Our next recognition is going to be done by, I don't see Mr. Adame. Oh, over here. Okay. Mr. Ruben Adame, Head Administrator for Fine Arts, and he's going to help us recognize the following group.
Good afternoon, Dr. Benavides, President Salinas, members of the board, assistant superintendents, and guests in attendance. Great pleasure that I stand before you to recognize our three high school bands for receiving a Division I rating 75th Annual Pigskin Jubilee Contest held here at the La Jolla Pack Stadium on October 21st. Preparations for this contest began in mid-July with summer band camps at each campus, and before and after school rehearsals in very challenging weather conditions. The level of commitment and dedication from every student in each band program culminated in outstanding performances by all three of our high schools. October 21st was certainly a very proud day for La Jolla ISD and a very happy and exciting day for all of our high school band programs. Henry Ford said, "Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress, and working together is success." This quote truly identifies what our band programs exemplified this marching season. Watching the journey of all three of these programs travel through this year is nothing short of inspiring and impressive. Before I introduce all three of the high schools, I think we should give all three of them a big round of applause. The first high school we'll recognize is La Jolla High School. This year marks the 20th consecutive year that the La Jolla High School band has received a Division I rating at Pigskin. Representing La Jolla High School are drum majors Desiree Ramos, Josiah Garza, and Cesar Salcedo. Color guard captains are Crystal Galaviz and Angel Zumaya. Band directors are Javier Adame, Marisa Hernandez, Nicole Garcia. Color guard instructors Everest Guerra, assisted by Liza Ramirez, and director of bands is Mr. Marco Gandaria, who is currently out of town, and principal for La Jolla High School is Mr. Antonio Cano. Our next high school is Palmview High School. This year marks the 8th consecutive year the Palmview High School band has received a Division I rating at Pigskin. Representing Palmview High School is drum majors Alexandra Gaspar and Vanessa Gonzalez. Color guard captain is Alisa Hernandez, Amy Benavides, and Aileen Rodriguez. Band directors are Jorge Peña, Shaka Hawkins, Crystal Flores, Robert Flores, percussion tech David Casas, and the director of bands at Palmview High School is Mr. Jacob Banda. Principal for Palmview High School is Mrs. Ivana Ayala.
Great job, guys. Great job. Awesome, awesome.
And our third high school being recognized today is Juarez Lincoln High School. This year marks the 5th consecutive year the Juarez Lincoln High School band has received a Division I rating at Pigskin. Representing Juarez Lincoln High School are drum majors Yasmin Silva and Jorge Garza. Color guard captain is Eva Aleman. Band directors are Jesus Perez, Francisco Rios, Trinidad Lopez Jr. Color guard instructor is Crystal Garcia. Percussion tech is John Paul Peña. And director of bands at Juarez Lincoln High School is Mrs. Inaia Montemayor Banda. And principal for Juarez Lincoln High School is Mrs. Maria Isabel M. Solis.
Great job. Thanks. Great job. Thank you, Mr. Adame, and congratulations. I know that you deserve so much more for all those long hours. Another round of applause for the bands. They did an awesome job. And our next recognition is going to be recognition of Jimmy Carter Early College High School students and teacher for publication in Poetas Jóvenes por la Paz 2017.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the board, Dr. Benavides, Central Office Administration, and our audience. My name is Claudia Gomez Perez. I am the principal at Jimmy Carter Early College High School. And it gives me great pleasure today to recognize this group of students and their teacher for their accomplishments. The Antología de Poesía Joven serves as a megaphone that amplifies the voices of 100 high school students who live in the United States-Mexico borderlands. 3 topics that you're going to see in the compilation of poems are immigration, a lament for Mexico due to its current state of insecurity, and the need of retaining one's identity. Through their poetry, these students describe the hardships experienced by Mexican and Central American immigrants who, in order to provide for their families, pursue a dangerous journey to the U.S. in search of the American dream. Moreover, these young poets illustrate how once arriving to the U.S., undocumented immigrants tend to earn their living as migratory agricultural workers working from sunrise to sunset in their hazardous conditions. Through their works, these young poets raise awareness about the adversities tied to the American dream, while illustrating the importance of treating all individuals despite their citizenship status in a just manner. So, driven by sorrow, some of the co-authors who reside in the U.S. dedicate their verses to Mexico, a country whose greatness was once praised by their parents and themselves. Due to the state of insecurity currently faced in Mexico, and it is no longer the country in which these poets and their parents created their childhood memories. You're going to see next to your sitting area a compilation of the poems. The students took their time, and yes, the FEPOL, they autographed their poems. So one day they might be worth a lot of money if they become successful poets. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you these students and their teachers. Yesenia Barrientos. Ramiro. Vanessa Verdín. Rodolfo Vadillo. Salinas. Mauricio Mares. María Alcantar. Laura Martínez. José Pérez. Daniela Rivera. Daniel Chapa. Clarisa Contreras. Brianna García. Blanca Polanco. Analí Quiñones. Adriana Morado. And their teacher, Miss Erica Garza. Thank you, La Joya ISD Board, School Board of Trustees, for your continued support of our students. Our students have taken, have that token of appreciation just for you. Thank you again.
Great job, ladies and gentlemen. Great job. Okay, well, we'll move on to number 5, which is recognition of the 2017 Association for Migrant Educators of Texas. We have Mr. Jose Luis Morin, who's going to make these introductions. Welcome, Mr. Morin, Migrant Director.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Benavides, and members of the community. Thank you for the opportunity to allow me to recognize 2 individuals that have recently been recognized by the Association for Migrant Educators of Texas. The La Joya ISD Migrant Education Program is proud to announce that after competing with 20 regions from across the state of Texas, our nominations proved to be successful. For Support Staff of the Year, we have Ms. Norma Linda Garza. Ms. Garza is a Migrant Education Program Secretary. She is always the first person to volunteer her services to any school and community activities. She is always ready to take on any project and is dedicated to completing the most professional job possible. Ms. Garza also has the same passion for migrant parents. The Migrant Parent Advisory Council states that Mrs. Garza is a valuable individual to the Migrant Education Program here at La Joya ISD, and they truly appreciate everything she does to keep them informed of the program's operations. She always makes sure that the Migrant Education Program is represented in a positive manner and is committed to any project assigned by the committee. Mrs. Garza is well known throughout the school district for her positive attitude, generous spirit, and optimistic outlook. Mrs. Garza embodies the pride of the La Joya ISD spirit and the soul of a generous individual.
Great job, Ms. Norma. Yes.
Congratulations, guys.
For Parent of the Year, we have Ms. Gladys Martinez. Ms. Martinez currently has 2 of her children enrolled with the district and presently serves as the president of the Migrant Parental Advisory Committee. Mrs. Martinez has migrated with her family to work the same fields over the same farm, owned by the same farm owner for the past 25 years. She has worked as a substitute teacher with the district and enjoys volunteering, especially with the MPAC at La Joya ISD. Mrs. Martinez has been involved with the La Joya ISD PAC for a little over 5 years and has developed not only as a great representative for La Joya ISD, but for the migrant community in general. She has served as president and vice president for the State Migrant Parental Advisory Committee and was also being recruited at one point for the National Migrant Parental Advisory Committee. Thank you for your time and your commitment to ensure our district success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morin. Congratulations again. Our next item is our recognition of some of our elementary campuses. Imagine Learning, which is one of the programs that we use, has awarded these awards. And I know we have a representative from the company, and we also have Ms. Marta Castillo, who's going to help us with these recognitions.
Good afternoon, Mr. Salinas, Board President, members of the board, Dr. Benavides, Superintendent of Schools, Assistant Superintendents, and members of the audience and community. My name is Marta Castillo, and I'm one of the Executive Directors for Elementary Education. This afternoon with me, we have Thelma Garza, Customer Success Manager with Imagine Learning, and is here to recognize schools with exemplary usage with the Imagine Learning Language and Literacy Program for English and Spanish. And she'll provide a little overview of the program and present our principals with a banner.
Thank you. Imagination are the awards that they're getting. Imagine Learning's Customer Recognition Program. Each year, Imagine Learning recognizes exemplary partners who have displayed excellence and consistency in their use of Imagine Learning programs. Schools and district alike are recognized for their dedication to the use of the software for educating students in Spanish and English language and literacy. The Customer Recognition Program, Imagination, not only highlights schools that have demonstrated outstanding use of Imagine Learning, but also recognizes schools that demonstrate high levels of innovation. La Jolla schools were nominated for Imagine Language and Literacy and Imagine Español for this school award. This prestigious award is presented to schools that have used the program regularly throughout the school year according to Imagine Learning's usage recommendation. These recommendations are suggested so that all students attain the maximum results from the program. Regular use of Imagine Learning has been shown to lead to impressive gains on high-stakes tests, including state English language development and language arts tests. Many schools recognized by the Imagination program have also implemented innovative practices like rearranging computer lab schedules or starting before or after school programs to achieve consistent use of Imagine Learning. So for the 2016-2017 School of Excellence Awards for Language and Literacy, we have 3 schools: Dr. Americo Paredes Elementary, Erika Gonzalez, Principal; Henry Gonzalez Elementary, Yanabel Villarreal, Principal; and Rio James Doyle Elementary, Maria Jasinski, Principal.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, they're not going to want to be with Americo Paredes, I'm sure. So, yeah, do each one of them, yeah.
Congratulations. At this time, we have our 2016-2017 School of Excellence Awards for Imagine Español. The first school is Sam Fordyce Elementary, Roxanne Peña, Principal.
Congratulations.
Corina Peña
Congratulations.
Elementary, Raúl Luna, Principal. Elementary, Jacqueline Escobedo, Principal. Accepting the award is Mr. Jose Valdez, Supervisor. Jose Benavides Elementary, Diana Martinez, Principal. Dr. Americo Paredes Elementary, Erika Gonzalez, Principal. And Elodia R. Chamba Elementary, Linda Laura Lopez, Principal. And Evangelina Casa Elementary, Maria Flores Rivera, Principal.
Unless you want to do one, I don't know. Okay, all right. I know literacy is very, very important. So again, congratulations to these campuses for monitoring your child's progress. But thank you for monitoring our children's progress closely. And congratulations to all the campuses.
At this time, I would like to also thank the board members, Dr. Benavides and Dr. Science, as well as all board members and staff for the partnership with Imagine Learning. This has been to ensure that your students receive all these additional resources. And this year, we're also taking an extra step in La Jolla by extending the use of the program to parents in our community. So I want to really thank you for the partnership, and your students and staff are really benefited. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Garza. As you're driving into La Jolla, you'll see a new billboard that talks about our partnership with Imagine Learning. So thank you to all the principals for making it happen. Thank you, Ms. Garza.
Thank you to all. Moving up to the next one, guys, that'll be the update on the LED lights project. Danny, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the board, Dr. Benavides, members of the audience. Today we have Jonathan Blackwell with Performance Services, and he'll be providing a brief update on our LED project.
Hello. Mr. President, members of the board, Dr. Benavides, thank you for having me here. I'll be real brief with the update today. So far with the project, we have completed the football fields, as you know, and the baseball and softball fields should be completed by the 4th of December. We've done a mock-up at a classroom at La Jolla High School for review, and we've also done some mock-up of exterior lights at Benston, well, just to make sure we have the right light levels that the school district wants to achieve. We have just completed the pilot at Fordyce Elementary School. Did I say that correct? So that is complete at this moment, and we are doing exterior lights at Clinton Memorial and Salinas campuses right now, and we should be completed this week. And internally, we have just completed all the data entry needed to create the benchmark to determine which schools we will be able to achieve the Energy Star label for first for the campus, which will be good news to show that you guys are based upon a national standard. That is the update for this month.
Questions? If not, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Alrighty, moving on to the next one, be public comments. Doug, do we have any comments?
No.
Okay, so then next up be moving on to consent agenda. I'll need a motion.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Garza.
Second.
I'll take Mr. Cantu second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes.
That was with the understanding that we pulled out number 6,
Sorry about
application
that, yes.
for payment request.
Yes, we'll put it on number 6, guys. For under letter C, business and finance. Dr. B had told me, I totally forgot.
Yes. If you want to correct the motion, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I so move to agree to our consent agenda, excluding item number 6.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Garza.
Second.
Second by Mr. Cantu. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. We come back under letter A, contracts. Number 2, discussion and possible action on legal services agreement with Gustavo Acevedo.
Motion to terminate.
I have a motion by Mrs. Salinas.
Second.
And I have a second by Ms. Ochoa. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to letter C, business and finance. Substantial completion of W.J. Clinton Elementary Administration HVAC improvements.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Lanis and a second by Mr. Garza. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Item number 12, under Business and Finance, renovation of the La Jolla ISD Healthcare Clinic through job order contract CSP-2017-15.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Garza.
Second.
I'll take the second from Mrs. Salinas. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Under letter C, Business and Finance, number 13, procurement of the new dust collection system and removal of existing system through job order contract CSP 2017-15. Motion by Mr. Alanis.
Second.
Second by Mr. Cantu. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Under letter number 14, under letter C, Business and Finance, engage the services of the engineering firm for the lighting and ventilation system project at the cold and dry storage facility.
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Alanis.
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Cantu. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Number 15, under letter C, Business and Finance, engage the services of an engineering firm for the HVAC replacement project at the La Jolla ISD Old Juarez Lincoln High School.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Garza.
Second.
I'll take the second from Mrs. Salinas. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Under letter C, Business and Finance, number 16, engage the services of an engineering firm for renovations to the chiller replacement project at the Performing Arts Center.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Garza.
Second.
I'll take the second from Mr. Cantu. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Under letter E, Human Resources, new positions. I'll need a motion on that. Yes, I think so, no?
We need
Yes.
17. Number
I'm
17.
sorry, I missed number 17.
Yes.
The acceptance, thank you, Doc, of the partial completion of the La Jolla ISD auditorium project. Are we gonna have Danny present, or?
This is only partial completion. We're going to schedule a walkthrough for the final completion for the trustees to walk the facility, but this is only partial completion for only some areas. And for the record, Mr. Peña joined us at 12:39.
Okay, with that being said, guys, I'll need a motion.
I so move.
A motion by Mr. Lanis,
Second.
and I'll take the second from Mrs. Salinas. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Now, under letter E, Human Resources, new positions.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Lanis,
Second.
and a second by Mr. Garza. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Under letter E, Human Resources, number 2, public hearing and approval of salary adjustments for the La Jolla ISD Police Department regarding payment in excess of contractual amount. At this time, it is 12:39, and we will be going into a public hearing. Any questions? Anybody from the audience? Any questions, guys? All right, so moving back, we'll be leaving executive session, not executive session, I'm sorry, the actual public hearing at 12:40. And now I'll need a motion. A motion by Mr. Alanis,
Second.
and a second by Mr. Garza. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. It is 12:40 at this time, under section codes 5511071, 5511072, and 5511074. We will be going into executive session at 12:40. It's 1:54, and we are out of executive session.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion. Items 1 through 8 as discussed, 1 through 9 as discussed in executive session.
I have a motion from Mr. Alanis.
Second.
I'll take the second from Mr. Garza. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. It is 1:55, and meeting
President
is...
Salinas, excuse me, can we put on record that Mr. Peña was here? I don't think we did already.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Okay.
12:39.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Ms.
Thank you, Ms. Salinas.
Yes.
Okay, it is 1:55, and meeting is adjourned. Thank you.